Hey guys, Cell here. Welcome back to some more Trails of Cold Steel 4. Let's see if my voice doesn't die this time. Or almost die, I should say. Have there been any updates on Hercules? We're still unable to locate them. With the Ramda's stealth function and mobility of a gunship, they're very hard to track down. We're not going to give up, of course. I heard you've requested the Bracers Guild's help with this. Yes, although they also haven't been able to dig up any new information since we lost sight of Hercules in the canyon. I heard about that from the guild too. I guess when a Specialist Forces squad are equipped with the latest technology wants to disappear, it'd take a miracle to track them down. The Ramda. You've seen firsthand in Heimdall how its spatial protection function can seriously impede pursuit. If they'd only surrender, there'd be room for negotiations with Erebonia. But maybe the curse has progressed too far for that. The Dark Dragon made the members of the Hercules squad into its kin back in Heimdall. The Great Twilight must have taken that and twisted them into Noctfamilia. Noctfamilia? Those are vampires from Erebonian folklore, if I'm not mistaken. Is there any way to make them human again? It's possible if you act quickly. If you find them within a few days, that should be fine. So that's our time frame. Keela, let me know if you pick up their trail. We might be able to help in some capacity. You're volunteering to help? Huh, that's much appreciated. Would be much appreciated if my nose wasn't stuffed up now. Now I've got a whole nother issue. Trying to talk with a stuffed nose is not fun. I didn't even realize it was that bad till I actually started talking. Hey Schwarzer. Hey guys, you're discussing armed forces movements on different fronts. Ozine, I'm surprised to see you with them. I've got my reasons. As you overheard, we're trying to get a better picture of where each militarized faction has allocated its resources. Besides the Viceland Army, I wanted to check in with the Bracers and Armored Divisions too. I've also been looking into the Armored Division's movements. It seems they've established a new squad. The guild's also keeping an eye on the situation. We're tracking high-ranking Jaeger Corps movements, engaging neighboring countries' responses. It'd be helpful to trade info with you guys. Ah, I see. And you're also gathering intel on military movements for Zine. As a matter of fact, yes. There's an organization that understands and fears the Great Twilight more than the Septian Church. The details are confidential, but we've already decided on which measures to take. Seriously, I can only imagine what that means. We'll all benefit from cooperating, but in any case, we'll return to Operation Mirage at dinner. For now, let us just take a break. Sounds like a plan. I can't wait to hear the details of the operation, but I've got to be more patient. I should walk around some more. Yeah, we should walk around some more. Alright, here we go. Hi, I'm Kia Bannings. Ren told me lots about you, Tina. Nice to meet you, I'm Tina Russell. I can't believe it, Ren, she's so cute. Yeah, that's how most people react to her. You must be Angelica Wagner. Nice to meet you, I'm Ren Bright. Oh jeez, oh no. I hear you've been trained in Taito style by Kilika Roran. Oh, that's cool. It's nice to meet you, Auntie, or do you like Angelica better? I've died and gone to heaven. What? Angelica, are you alright? We're only 2,000 yards above ground, but it seems we're flying close to the heavens. Tita alone is an angel, but the three of you together form an angelic choir. No, but me call Angelica. Celine, what's going on here? Beats me, I was just having a nap and woke up to this. Gah, I can't stand it anymore. Angelica, she's faster than lightning. Heart attack. My life is complete. You're just going to stand by and watch this happen, huh, Rain? I'm just waiting for things to calm down so I can say hello. What do you mean say hello? We're literally done now. Oh jeez, Tangy, what the heck? Cassius, how have you been? When was the last we saw each other? Goodness, 4 years at least. I'm sorry I missed your A-rank promotion ceremony. It coincided with the orbital shutdown phenomenon, so there's no helping it. Thank you for writing my recommendation. You're welcome. Have you managed to come to terms with Colonel Volstein passing away? Yes, I've been lucky to be surrounded by good, supportive friends from the Basic Guild and my wonderful students. Laura is one of my students, Kurt's a student of a student. I'm Laura Arcade. You, sir, are a legend. It is truly an honor to meet you in person. I'm very glad to meet you too, Laura. I had the pleasure of working with Victor on the Bracer Guild branch bombing case. He praised you highly. Please accept my sincere sympathy. His loss must have hurt you deeply. Thank you, sir. My father once told me that seeing your prowess with the staff firsthand would be a beneficial experience for me. I believe he was self-taught. Not quite. I learned the basics from a friend. I also took the liberty of incorporating teachings of the 8-Leave School into it. I'm very impressed, sir. Only those who are very talented are able to do so. Kurt, why don't you introduce yourself? Yes. I'm Kurt Vander, younger brother of Mille Vander and a nephew of Zex Vander. Pardon me, sir, you're quite the hero. I feel a bit overwhelmed. Take it easy, and not all they say about me. I've met your brother and uncle, but I don't believe I've ever spoken to your father. When things calm down a little, I'd like to pay a visit to your folks. I fear I've been rather impolite in not having done so yet. Oh, not at all. I'm sure my mother and father will be thrilled to meet you. Cassius has lots of connections both in the army and among the Bracers. I could spend the whole evening talking to him about swordplay, but it'd be rude to monopolize him like that. I will lay our master's message for you once the circumstances are right. But a time when great determination and sacrifice are needed is no doubt to come. I'll have to be patient. Finally, I think my nose is clearing up. Usually it takes longer when I'm talking. Irene, come and join us. Don't mind if I do. By the way, what's the Silver Streak an acquaintance of yours, Cassius? Cassius. I still have no clue how to say it, even though I've heard it probably a few times already. Yeah, she was a pupil of mine at the guild. It's very odd that she's vanished into thin air. Yes, no one seems to be able to track down her whereabouts. If she wasn't at the Gnome's HQ, could it be possible that Ouroboros abducted her? No, Shera has a relative who's among the ranks of Ouroboros. I find it hard to believe that they'd kidnap her. Huh. I think I know who you mean. Shadazad mentioned her to me when we went out drinking. Enforcer number 6, the Bewitching Bell, yes. Duvalie. Yeah, that's her. She showed up in the Liberal during the orbital shutdown too. But it's unknown whether she's still alive. It seems she hasn't reported back to Ouroboros since that incident. They haven't written her off as dead yet though. It's assumed the situation is similar to LeBlanc's, that she's out there somewhere going about her business. The Silver Streak was like a sister to her, though. She wouldn't keep out quiet if Ouroboros had abducted her. I see. We might as well drop that line of investigation. My, if it isn't the stalwart as Duvalie the Swift. You seem very well informed. I could say the same about you, especially considering you don't have ties with Ouroboros yourself. I understand now why the Faceless was remarkably wary of you. My lord is also intrigued by you. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear how you achieved mastery in so many disciplines. Oh, swordplay, military art, strategy. And I hear your master's disciple, Arios, is just like you. Yes, I've heard rumors about him. Just for reference, if you could tell us if there's any particular trick to it. Not that it impresses me all that much, but both you and Arcade were renowned as the finest swordsman alive, so it must count for something. Oh, jeez. I can't think of many honors greater than the Maiden of Legend herself taking interest in me. Well, ask me anything and I'll try to satisfy your curiosity. Although we may not be able to go into much detail this time. That's fine. First of all, why did you give up the sword and switch to the staff? Dutifully so easy to read. But that's part of her charm. She's polite to everyone and doesn't look down on others even if they're her enemy. As expected of the Seal Maiden's disciple, I look up to her as well. You've improved so much, Dutifully. I'm so proud. I see your mom moved to Arabonia. Yes, she couldn't stay in Crossbell after splitting with my father, who's Calvardian. So she moved in with some distant relatives of hers in the Empire. That was 10 years ago. Time really does fly. Oh, I think you told me about this before. I feel like I'm forgetting something. That rings a bell, actually. Distant relatives of the noble McDowell family from Crossbell. That would be the Barons of Eastern Lemaire, if I'm not mistaken. How did you? Ah, of course, you're from Lemaire yourself. You're right. Family trees can get so sprawling, you can't easily tell who's related to who. So, is Ellie... Wait. She moved to the Empire about 10 years ago. Is that mother with the white hair Ellie's mother? Because she didn't say that her daughter wasn't that far from our age. Actually, it might be. Family trees can get so sprawling you can't usually tell who's related to who. In fact, that Baron's family are also distant relatives of my family. Oh. Maybe that's why your hair color is the same. That pearl gray shade is definitely unusual, but the two of you have almost the exact same shade. That's right, it runs in the family. We may be very distant cousins, but we share the same blood nonetheless. I had no idea. What a pleasant surprise. Aurelia Le Guin, a cousin. Glad to have you as my family, Ellie McDowell. Oh, that's so sweet. Uh-oh, now I tense up every time I talk to Ellie. And why would that be, Miss Crawford? No reason. I suppose this hints at the close ties between Arabonia and Crossbell, which stretch back centuries. Crossbell's also been cooperating with Calvert for a long time. And now they're in this awkward position when they have to choose between one ally or the other. It feels so wrong. Oh, Elisa. That's precisely the case. I probably don't have any right to say that, considering my own position. No, your honesty is much appreciated. It was wonderful to talk to you, Elisa. Same, thank you for all the advice, Ellie. It's really nice to be in a company of people who really get along. Yes, friendship is beautiful, isn't it? I heard about Ellie's mother, at least someone who seemed like her living in an Arabonian town. Yep. I guess that's what was nagging at me earlier. Yeah, we've seen her mother before. In Milsante, if I remember correctly. Elisa and Ellie met in Crossbell and they have been good friends ever since. Yuna's friends with both of them. She's an amiable girl. But I wouldn't have seen it coming that they'd be chatting with the principal. How are you doing? Very well, thank you. Just catching up with friends. We've been exchanging messages since we met 3 months ago. We discovered that we have some shared interests. Shush, Ellie. Don't tell him. What interest? Why is Elisa so cagey about it? Oh wait, I have an idea. Never mind. Ellie, let's talk about that in private. Okay. We're in a similar situation anyway. Well, with the fact that you like Lloyd and she likes Reen? I'm sure you have nothing to worry about. You'd be surprised. Next to them, I feel like a kid lost in the dark. You'll get there in time. Schwarzer, you could probably learn a thing or two from them as well. I'm not sure what the conversation was about, but I'm always reminded there's plenty of room for me to learn from others. I wonder why. I really wonder why. Oh. I spout my little eye, Elise Schwarzer, Princess Alphin's trusted friend and sister of the Ashen Chevalier. You're friends with Lady Mildine too, aren't you? We need to talk. We have questions about my friends. I'd rather you talk to them directly. I'm no gossip. Oh, I wouldn't try to drag out any embarrassing stories about your friends. Nothing of the sort. You have a reporter from Crossbell. She's your next target on your hunt for a big scoop. Oh, don't make me sound like some fierce predator. The only thing ferocious about me is my intellect. Hold on, aren't you Ash Carbide? The guy who shot the Emperor? What's the truth behind that story? How did it feel to pull the trigger? Oh crap, what did I get myself into now? Oh my gosh, and that tall gentleman is at the 8th Dominion of the Grals Rita. There are several topics I'd love to interview you in depth about. Not that I'm totally in dark about what you've been up to. Wazy, Kevin, and Reese have already spilled some beans. Did they? Don't be shy, don't bite. Seems like this is the party corner. Brilliant, here comes the hero to join us. This is perfect, let's go to that empty room over there so we can all talk in private. I'm not against an interview myself, but I'd much rather you didn't tell to my friends and family for one. Sorry. I got a little ahead of myself there, I guess. But if there's anything you can tell me that I could quote in my report, like maybe just a short comment from each of you, that's not unreasonable, sure. Dude, speak for yourself. What if I gave her dirt on you? You're being a little overprotective. Typical Reen, really. She really wants to get the scoop on a lot of things, Jesus. It's been a long time since we last met. We haven't had the chance to speak since the trade conference 2 years ago. It's nice to see you again. And you, I'm glad you all seem to be doing well. Lady Mildine, it's the first time in many years that I have the pleasure to talk with you. While I wouldn't call these the ideal circumstances, I'm delighted you're a most impressive young lady now. You flatter me. It's good to have the time to chat about non-official affairs, yes. So you've known each other for a while. Prince Albert was a good friend of mine, late father. Yes, we met for the first time over a decade ago. Somehow Alfred and I got on fabulously well right from the start. We'd talk about politics, economics, and social issues from evening till the early morning hours. The lakes and marshes of Remiferia enchanted Alfred, and he'd often bring his family there. This takes me back. I was just a little girl back then, but I vaguely remember our visits. I mostly played with your niece. She was the same age as me, I believe. I'd like to see her again. Ah, that's right. You two really liked each other, didn't you? Speaking of your niece. Oh, that's right. I haven't seen her in ages. There have been some rumors that were going around about her. She's become intractable lately. As her uncle, I want to protect her, but she's certainly not making it easy. Sometimes I think she just does it to spite me. He's gotten really grumpy. He must care a lot about his niece, though he does seem a bit overprotective. Oh, he's always been like this. Apologies for the digression. I didn't mean to bore you with family issues. Remiferia will gladly provide you with assistance, be it human resources or medical services. If the SSS needs anything, do not hesitate to let me know. Tio, I'm aware of your family's situation if there's anything I can do. Thank you for the kind offer. It isn't as bad now, though. We've been keeping in touch more. Ah, that's a relief. Prince Albert is a friendly guy. The Mutate's known him for a long time. Looks like she made the connections early on. I should say hello to the prince, too. You say that, but there's no marker telling me to go talk to him, so I'm not gonna go talk to him. I'm not. There's no green markers. I think I did the green markers before. Hold on. I don't remember. Was there anything up top? No, right? Yeah. Actually, who is this lone person all the way over here? There's literally one person here. Oh, it's the maid. You know what? I skipped talking to the maid last time. How are you doing? I can hardly maintain my composure knowing discussions deciding the continent's fate took place right here just a short while ago. However shaken as I am, I cannot let a show adversely affect my work. I'll perform my daily tasks with as much diligence as usual. Well, that was totally worth talking to her for. Okay, back to where we were and right in here. Hey, Veen. Don't be a stranger. Come and join us. What have you guys been talking about? Jaeger troop movements and stuff related to war, as well as Ouroboros' presumed plans. I've been wondering about those things too. Right now, it looks like they're both serving the Imperial government just like the Nodes. That's a really nasty mix, if you ask me. The old Northern Jaegers and the Needhog are a different situation though. Yeah, the Imperial Defense Force forced them to cooperate using hostages. They're currently looking for a chance to free them. What they do from now on depends on whose pocket they find themselves in this time. Shirley is a key member of the Red Constellation, so you can be sure they're in tune with the Ouroboros' schemes. As for Zephyr, the gnomes hired them, but it's ultimately up to the boss to decide what they do. I don't know the details yet. There's also Ouroboros' enhanced Jaegers, the troops from the former 3rd Anquist deployed during the incident in Liberl. Yeah, you and the others encountered some of them in Hummel. Huh, between all of you, you've got a decent intelligence network to draw on. You make for a really good team. Heh, yeah. And if there's any info we don't have, the Divine Blade and Golden Rock Shots are here too. It's hard to believe Mize's managed to get all these guys under one roof. Honestly, it's not really that surprising. Alright, who's in here? Oh, more girls, alright. Time for my voice to probably bust. Claudia, I'm terribly sorry about earlier. I was so taken aback I lost my composure. Thank you for being so kind to me. Oh, of course. Considering the subject, it was no wonder you became agitated. You have a huge responsibility on your shoulders as representative of the Imperial family. Thank you for being so understanding. Now, that rings some alarm bells. I'll just wait for the announcement at dinner and try not to worry for now, but... Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Estelle Bright, member of the Liberl Basic Guild. It was a great honor to meet you in person, Princess Alphen. There's no need to be so formal with me. I've heard so much about you from my brother, I feel like we're already friends. Olivier was a dear friend, and what happened to him was a terrible shock. He went out of his way to get permission from me and Joshua to visit Hummel once things had settled down in Liberl. When we heard what had happened to him, we were all so heartbroken and angry. Me, Joshua, Shara, we all wished there was something we could have done to stop it. But I'm sure our grief is nothing compared to what you must be going through. Estelle, thank you for having been a good friend to my brother. I feel a little better knowing that there were people who cared so much about him. Olivier was a very thoughtful and brave man, and a lot of fun to be around. When I was hesitant about whether to accept my duty as a crown princess, he gave me the push I needed. He also fostered friendly relations between Ereboni and Liberl. Despite his airhead appearance, he was a smart leader. Thank you, Claudia. He teased me for being so easily moved. The tears. You come out with a line like, at a time such as this, I'd like you to be the ray of sunshine which makes courage bloom. That does sound like him. Regrettably, I never had the chance to meet Prince Olivet in person. However, I heard about him encouraging greater integration and cooperation between all nations of the continent. Please accept my sincere condolences, Princess Alphen. Thank you, Lucy. By the way, you were Claudia's upperclassman at school, weren't you? Really? Oh my gosh. Actually, Chloe did tell us about that lector person before. Does that mean? That's correct. I went to Liberl to study at Eunice Royal Academy. I was on the student council together with Lector Ardendel. You two looked after me really well back then. It made my school life that much more enjoyable. What a small world. He's an Ironblade and a member of the Intelligence Division. He's a stranger person than I thought. But wait, the famously beautiful vice president who'd force the student council president to listen to her no matter what. Oh, that'd be me. Chloe, I wish you didn't spread exaggerated rumors about me. Sorry, but they're not exaggerated at all. Even now, I can't forget that time you were asked about the most important thing in the world and responded with strength. And now you're just trying to embarrass me. Wait, did I really say that to you? Not directly. I overheard your conversation with Hans. So you were following me around and listening in on my conversations with other students? Uh-huh. I wouldn't have guessed they knew each other so well. All of it was so beloved by people from different backgrounds. It's a real shame he died so young. I'd be curious to learn more about Cloudy and Lucy's school life, too. Now, Lecter stands on the opposite side of his former classmates. I'm sure I'll cross paths with him again, and with Claire, too. Oh? So, Irene, here we are talking among ourselves again and leaving you out. I can get going and free up some space. No, please, don't leave on my account. You haven't seen each other in a while. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about. Getting to exchange a few words with you in person has already been a great honor. With luck, we'll meet again and have a longer chat then. You're too humble, Irene. Indeed. That reminds me, weren't you one of the testers for the Orbital Communication Network? I also got a test account from Ren. What would you say to exchange network addresses? Are you sure? Why not? Don't be shy. Princess Claudia doesn't limit her circle of friends to the upper classes. When she enrolled at the academy, she did so under an assumed name in order to be treated like any normal girl. Lucy, I don't need a spokesperson. Okay. In that case, I'll gladly give you my network address. It shouldn't become a diplomatic issue if we're just playing a game together, I hope. You know, nope. That... Again, what's this pom-pom party they're talking about? No. Whatever that is, I don't... no. Whatever that thing is, it does not exist. Thank you for the invitation, President Locksmith. There's no need to be so tense in my peasant's Marcus. Would you like a cup of coffee? There's tea for me and coffee with milk and... There's tea for me and coffee with milk and sugar for Miss Herschel. It would seem Calvert's intelligence agency is stacked with only the very elite. Well, their human resources are going to change now as the new party takes over for me. Is that right? Toa Herschel, we met at the West Amelia Trade Conference 2 years ago, isn't that right? If my memory doesn't fail me, you had coffee with milk and sugar at the banquet. Your memory is excellent. That's Samuel Voxsmith, the president of Calvert. As with most people in power, he easily dominates the atmosphere with his presence. Even though he's on the way out, he's still a very influential man. Oh? Why'd you back me up? My, welcome, Ashton Chevalier. Unfortunately, I haven't been informed what your beverage of choice might be. But since you're so well versed in Eastern culture, perhaps green tea would be to your liking. Oh, thank you, but I dropped in only for a brief chat. I wouldn't want to make a nuisance of myself. I imagine there are plenty others who'd like to speak with you today. By the way, I wanted to ask for your opinion on your colleague, Toa Herschel. Oh? Would you say that her conflict resolution talents are perfect for CID? Professor Rocksmith. I didn't see that coming. I heard you were bold, sir, but I never thought you'd suggest something quite that bold. I'm nowhere near as audacious as the Chancellor. Soon I won't have much authority anymore. However, I really cannot stand seeing young talent not being put to good use. It's quite fortunate we met today. If you have any gifted friends who might be inclined to move to Calvert, let me know. I'll gladly welcome them with open arms. Sorry, no one comes to mind. You're really not one to beat around the bush. And that's everyone. Meeting back up in the middle. Oh, well, that only took me 30 minutes. Dang. Can't find anything to do. You came to mind. And something I could do. Hello, Doofly the Swift. I was just wandering around. You can drop the... You can drop the epithet. You can be informal with Lloyd and Estelle, why not me? It was just a slip of the tongue. Besides, there's not much of an age difference between the three of us. I feel like I should be more respectful when talking to you. Are you implying that from your point of view I'm old? No, definitely not. She's what, 23? She doesn't even look it. but it's probably best to drop it. Anyway, Lady Melty has more influence in the higher echelons than I imagined. She's gathered the prominent political figures, bracers, the special support section, and all of you under the same roof. Even the Black Fang and the Angel of Slaughter are present. Ah, that's right. Do you know them through Ouroboros? Yes, I was familiar with the Blade Lord, who often worked with them. Joshua Astray left Ouroboros at around the time I joined. I see, that must have been when the Brights took him in. Hey, what you guys talking about? Swapping some sexy little secrets, I hope. You wish. Is that all you ever think about? How's the intel gathering going, Crow? Well, Randall's chatty as ever, but it's Joshua that's a real treasure trove of info. And isn't it kind of weird Vita's not here? Yeah, Emma seems confused about it too. You both know what she's like, probably busy working on some grand scheme behind the scenes. Have you noticed tension in the air? Yeah, I guess. I think I know what you mean. It's not just you Awakeners that are particularly sensitive to it. Everyone gathered here seems to sense something ominous brewing. Whether there's any connection to the Operation Mirage or not, we'll likely find out at dinner. Yeah, there's the rivalries too. The calm before the storm might be over pretty soon. It could just be me, but we better be prepared. Yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens. I'll keep my eyes and ears open and see what else I can learn. My apologies for disturbing your pleasant conversation. Dinner is now ready to be served. May I please ask you to proceed to the banquet hall? Yeah, thanks. I remember the food here being pretty good. Yes, it was cooked by the finest chefs those Herodian nobles could find. Those fish burgers of yours were quite delectable as well, as I must admit. Sometimes simple is the best. I'm surprised you remember, honestly. That was a while ago and they weren't anything special, just a quick, easy meal. Hey, I've been looking for you guys everywhere. Really? There's not much you can, you can't really miss us. It's either one side or the other. The dinner is about to start. Great, I'm starving. But the discussion that follows is the main course, isn't it? That's right, it's more than just a social event. Let's get going. It's rude to keep good food waiting. Can everyone talk, please? In total, I've been talking for pretty much 2 hours straight. Not literally straight, but in terms of episode-wise, I have. Afterward, all of the guests, including the leaders of each state, gathered together at the banquet. A modest but wonderful meal thus began, provided by Duchess Cayenne. The lunch started a bit later, but the guests thoroughly enjoyed the fare and had lively conversations. You know, last time we had a dinner celebration, we ended up getting attacked by Mick Byrne and, the Fool. Campanella. It was a unique opportunity for the attendees and many meaningful exchanges were made. Sometime later, enjoyable as it was, the meal came to an end. Everyone then transitioned to the meeting portion of the event. The details of Mille Mirage were revealed. I can talk like that normally.
What you see before you is an outline of Operation Mille Mirage.
Thank God.
Our response to Operation Jormungand.
I knew it.
It doesn't stray too far from what we'd expected, but even so.
Seeing it all laid out like this makes it overwhelmingly real.
I get that a plan this crazy is probably our only hope, but still, we're really gonna do this, huh?
The Empire has drastically increased its military might, due largely in part to the draft. Current estimates number their forces at 1.2 million strong.
Dang.
And that figure will only rise before the fighting actually starts.
On the other hand, Calvard's military can barely scrape together 800,000, at most. Even if they try to boost their ranks with a draft of their own, that probably won't go over too well, judging by their last election.
Not to mention the huge difference in weapons and resources between the two countries. In terms of both aerial combat fleets and core tank units, Erebonia has a clear advantage. And that's without taking Panzer Soldats into account.
Yeah. There's no way the Verne Company's production line could even hope to keep up. What's more, the Empire now has an excuse to throw all the new technology it's been developing into this war.
With that in mind, it's entirely possible that the Civil War was nothing more than an opening move.
I agree. It seems likely. The same could be said of the Orbital Shutdown phenomenon, or even the 100 Days War. It is our belief that these events were simply set up, all to pave the way for Operation Jormungand.
Damn it! Those monsters. And Mille Mirage is your plan for how to hold back Operation Jormungand. We have with us the Republican Army of Calvard, the Royal Army of Liberl, the Remiferian and Viceland armies, as well as troops from Le Mans and Orid, and even resistance cells acting out of Crossbell in Northumbria.
You intend to coordinate every one of these individual forces united under a single banner to suppress the Imperial Army from all sides.
That's exactly right.
As you stated before, Calvard's armed forces total 800,000 strong. The Viceland army should bring that number up by about 100,000.
The Principality of Remiferia is prepared to lend its aid as well, to the effect of approximately 80,000 troops. Add to that figure an additional 120,000 from the Kingdom of Liberl.
Further, we can count on receiving around 20,000 soldiers from Le Mans and Orid combined, as well as another 10,000 from Crossbell and Northumbria. And this is to remain off the record, but we're expecting roughly 30,000 in reinforcements from Arteria as well.
Naturally, we plan on bringing Jaegers into the fight too. We've been scouting out Jaeger corps big and small. All in all, I'd say we're looking at a good 40,000 extra soldiers.
Altogether a combined total of 1.2 million. Finally putting us on even ground with Operation Jormungand.
A war like this would stretch over almost half the continent.
Resistance cells from Crossbell, huh? That must be Sonia and the others.
Yeah, Muriel told me a bit about it, but...
Northumbria too? That have something to do with the movements we heard about there?
Yeah. The resistance there is made up of former members of the Northern Jaegers, who got absorbed into the Imperial Army.
And we got troops from Le Mans and Orid too. That would be their defense forces, no?
That's right. We've actually known about their involvement for a little bit.
I have to say, I'm surprised the High Seat of the Septian Church would choose to involve themselves so directly.
But Rosine mentioned something about this earlier, didn't she?
Yes. The Congregation for Divine Worship is likely deploying the Papal Guard as we speak.
The Imperial Army's technological superiority is undeniable, and we can't underestimate the threat Ouroboros poses either. Further, directing and coordinating all parties involved will prove a tremendously difficult task. That is the purpose of our meeting, to determine who will serve as the key piece in our plan, the cornerstone upon which we can build our success.
Class 7?
I present to you Cassius Bright, Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of Liberl. And, as of today, Supreme Commander of Operation Mille Mirage.
Oh? So he's the commander, huh? Nice.
What?
Now that's what I call a power move.
A natural decision. Lieutenant General Bright did head the search and destroy operations against the cult in Crossbell.
What's more, he can already boast having pushed back an Imperial invasion once before. He's the most brilliant tactician of our time, without a doubt.
I should have known.
So you've accepted the position then, Dad? Even after hearing everything that's going to happen as a result of this plan?
I have. This can truly be called the Great War, the likes of which mankind has never seen before. A war that will surely destroy the lives of all it touches, soldiers and civilians alike. Hundreds of thousands of lives. Worst comes to worst, we could see casualties in the millions.
Millions?
Yeah, that's definitely possible. But at least it will keep the Empire from completely destroying everything. Yeah, she has a point.
I think I speak for us all when I say this dreadful decision weighs heavily on our hearts. But there are stakes here far more dire than the invasion of Calvard itself. Namely, Erebonia's 2 septarians, as well as its curse, which spreads further and further with every land it conquers.
It's all connected.
If we don't act soon, the Republic will fall to the Empire's advance, drowning the entire nation in its curse. It would then only be a matter of time before the surrounding countries fell as well, until finally all of Zemuria is in the curse's grasp. All for the sake of reviving the ultimate being, the Great One. This we must avoid above all else. If this dreadful decision is the only chance we have of saving our world, then so be it.
This whole catastrophe began in Erebonia. Though I can't personally agree to this plan, as a member of the Imperial family, I must allow it. Your Highness.
This is the consensus we have reached. I trust you understand now the reason we've gathered here.
There are a few things we must ask you now. Namely, if you accept the necessity of our plan. And furthermore, if we can count on your cooperation.
I'm sure you'd like some time to talk things over amongst yourselves.
Not again.
And with your other allies as well. But as you can probably tell, that's time we just don't have.
Members of the Bracer Guild, Special Support Section, Class 7, and Thor's Military Academy as a whole. We need your answers, here and now. How do you respond?
Alright, good. I don't actually have to talk. Everyone just keep talking.
When it comes down to it, we, the Special Support Section, are just a single division of the CPD. We're in no position to defy the will of a nation, let alone 4. We understand the severity of the situation. But be that as it may, we can't, in good faith, lend our aid to this cause. There has to be a better way to fix this mess we're in, and we won't back down until we figure out how. Not just to stop this war, but so that someday, Crossbell can take back its independence for good.
I see.
You can count the Bracer Guild out of this deal, too. We're the supporting gauntlet of the common people. Their security and protection will always come first. But at the same time, we understand that you have to do this. So instead, we'll make sure to get in touch with our headquarters in Le Mans to organize an evacuation plan for all the citizens. And in the meantime, we'll look for our own way to resolve this, just like the SSS. That's the Bracer Guild's decision.
Estelle.
With so many of us still missing, we can't claim to speak for Thors as a whole. But we can, at the very least, tell you our decision as Class 7. Become the foundation of the world. In a sense, those words have shaped our class from the very beginning. A war this big is certainly one way to keep the curse in check. We could be a new foundation afterwards. One built over ruins and destruction.
But that ain't our way of doing things.
But this curse is not absolute. Though it sweeps across the nation, toying with our fate, there are still those who stand together to resist it. We've seen as much with our very own eyes. We need a plan to try and ensure the safety of the world as we know it. Mirage can be that plan. But, like the Guild and the SSS, we choose to find a third path forward for ourselves. That means dealing with any incidents brought about by the curse, as well as the rivalries. Whether or not that's even possible, I don't know. Time is running out on us even as we speak. Yet still, we'll continue to tread forward step by step. Because we owe it to Prince Olivert to find that third path he always strove to take.
Rean.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
The path Prince Olivert would have wanted.
I see.
My goodness. The naivete of youth never fails to astound me. And yet, as history shows us, it is precisely the young and foolish who bring change to the world.
The same could be said of those not bound by duty or tradition. Come to think of it, Prince Olivert himself embodied every one of those qualities.
He most certainly did. And his spirit lives on in this next generation.
We have heard your convictions, clear and true. Operation Mirage is already underway. But so long as you respect our position, we will respect yours in turn.
You're under no obligation to participate in our plan. That said, we'd appreciate your help wherever possible. That includes exchanging information, keeping civilians safe, and so on.
We certainly have more room to cooperate than Operation Jormungand does at the very least. You Bracers played a pivotal role in solving the incidents in Liberl, as did the Special Support Section in Crossbell. I eagerly await seeing what such seasoned heroes can bring to the table.
Thank you. We won't disappoint.
I don't know if I'd call us heroes exactly, but we'll help out in any way we can.
Well, that suspense was killing me.
As grim as our circumstances are, we now know what our mission must be.
Right! We gotta do everything we can to stop this war before it begins. And even if it does, we'll just have to find a way to end it.
Right. Our first course of action is figuring out exactly what we can accomplish right now as members of Thors. I imagine the rivalries will play a key role in that.
Agreed.
You're all pretty gung-ho about this, huh?
How are you guys so relentlessly positive about everything?
It really is the most annoying thing about them, isn't it?
And Campanella, what do you know?
Wait a sec.
I know that voice.
It's him!
Enforcer number 0 of Ouroboros.
Campanella, show yourself.
Sounds like things are coming along nicely over here. Quite the illustrious guest list you have here. I'm almost starstruck.
Indeed. It would seem the rumors weren't unfounded.
Oh look, Bell.
The new third Anguis of Ouroboros.
Lady Mildine, my greetings to you and all the leaders of the world gathered here today. I see a number of familiar faces and some new ones too. My, how delightful.
You must be Dieter Croesus' daughter. I've heard the rumors of what you've become.
A member of an international terrorist organization. Gracious me, the audacity of this woman.
Whoa, he really called it, huh, Lady Bell?
Ha, you're one to talk.
Hey, this is some party you guys got going on.
Real swanky joint, too. Shame for you, Zephyr's here to crash it.
Everyone.
Surely.
Oh, God.
Boss. That means Zeno and Leo are here too, doesn't it?
Oh, so the leader of Zephyr is gonna be the next one I fight in the rivalries? And crush? And absorb and make him become my pawn? In this game of chess that we're playing?
Sure does. But hey, we're not done with the lineup just yet. Don't think things will go the same for you here as they did at the workshop.
Please excuse our intrusion.
Sharon, why?
Sharon.
George!
So you've come.
Lecter, it's really you.
In the flesh. Long time no see, ladies.
My lady, everyone, I apologize for interrupting such an important meeting.
You should have just kept the mask on, Angie. If you're all quite finished, it's time I make the final introduction.
Your Highness!
Oh, he's also here. Okay, so which one of you is gonna go down in the rivalries first?
Cedric, Why are you...
Ah, if it isn't my dear sister Alphen. And Class 7. Your little stunt in leaves caused me no end of headaches.
You had it coming! That's what you get for getting Elise and Tio all wrapped up in your schemes!
That's simply how it works between us. You should understand this by now. The rivalries are no different. This particular matter has been entrusted to me, by Chancellor Osborne himself. Consider this a little congratulatory visit from us, to celebrate the commencement of Operation Mirage.
Were we just hacked?
Yep. They probably used the Society's astral code to infiltrate the system.
Courtesy of Belle and the Fool, I'd assume.
Sounds like we're in for a fair bit of trouble then, huh?
Yeah, they're coming.
What the?
Damn! They brought Imperial warships!
No, not quite. This is the bridge. We have an emergency. We've got 8 Crimson ships approaching on our 9. And with them, a 280 Arch-class airship.
Jeez.
Damn. There's only one ship that friggin' massive.
You mean the one that appeared during the orbital shutdown?
That's right. Ouroboros' pride and joy. The largest battleship in the history of mankind.
The Crimson Ark. The Glorious.
Oh boy. Things are going to hell now. Yeah, that's one massive ship, all right. Oh, not him. Hey, as long as I can consistently reset my CP... Oh, wait. I just remembered. I actually can. I don't need any beds. I completely forgot that I had that Master Quartz still just now. I'll take out every single last one of you. But please don't make me fight, you know, as the Bracer Guilds with Estelle, everyone, then Joshua's team. Please don't make me have to fight this on 3 fronts. Let me just do it on the Class 7 front. I see, so this is just as the advance warning predicted. Well, it's not one of the Empire's ships, but one of Bordos' aircraft carriers. Well, what does that mean? It's as if they expected us. At the end of the meeting, Duchess Cayenne did make one prediction, that either the Imperial Air Force or Ouroboros battle carrier would appear in these skies. Were the Imperial Air Force, their progress down the path to violence would be deterred in a sense. This airspace is directly above the borders with the leaders of each state on board. An attack on the ship would simply be too reckless. Even if it were successfully captured, this one would still have a massive effect on cross-national negotiations. And now it instantly bring a halt to the war. That's what she was betting on, wasn't it? Things turned out differently, though. They opted for an Ouroboros affiliated ship instead. Since seeing the princess and the others leaders entombed here would just add fuel to the fire for war. No. Damn it. So they're planning to pin it on Calvert, aren't they? It's no joke. We can't let this happen. Of course, I swear in honor of the Bracer Guild. You guys called us here knowing that this was what happened, didn't you? Correct, and it worked out perfectly. We still have an escape route available for that, I guess, so you needn't worry about that. Can I get each of you to divide your troops in half and have them accompany you to the hangar? Enemy forces are coming in from deck. I'd like the remaining half to help take care of them. Let's divide into 2 groups, and one for starboard, one for port. Well, you guys prepared that far in advance. That's the command. We don't have time. Let's decide on the groups. Be sure to balance the teams well. Understood. No. Me and Lloyd and Estelle divided everyone into teams, making sure to keep them balanced. The result was a counterattack led mainly by Rean in Class 7. Thank you. With Estelle, Joshua, Ren, Lloyd, Ellie, Tio, Crow, Duverly, and the others. The other members worked with Aurelia, making way for the hold while ensuring the safety of the national leaders. Where is Yuna? Where is Muse? Where is Altina? I have Seraphic Ring on them, man. How dare you? Fine. You want to do this to me? I'll bring the pain. And a healer, just in case. I don't like the fact that it says Team A. Yep. That's how it's gonna go. Why are the girls all together? I just realized that. All the girls are together and all the guys are together. What the heck is this crap? Well. Yeah. So it's literally just like when we went to go save Rean. And we split up into two different teams.
Now, shall we get going?
Best of luck, all of you!
Which means I should have bought everyone's weapons.
You guys be careful, okay?
It's gonna suck.
Wait, what in the world's going on? Whatever it is, it looks like we got a real juicy scoop on our hands. Oh, no you don't.
I believe you all know what it is you must do.
Yeah.
We got this.
Just leave it to us.
Now then, shall we move out ourselves? We are currently under attack by Ouroboros' enhanced Jaegers and members of the Red Constellation.
The Red Constellation, huh? Gonna be a real pain in the ass, especially with the Blitz there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Gilbert's probably heading up the enhanced Jaegers. Not that he's anything to worry about. His archaisms might still give us some trouble, though.
But speak for yourself. I'll make sure that little errand boy regrets ever stepping foot in here.
Ash, Kurt, I'll be counting on you.
You got it.
Understood. We must stop His Highness.
Yuna, Altina, we're going to need your support as well.
Of course! Let's do this, Ellie!
I'll give it my best.
All right, guys. It's time to begin our joint operation. Team A will go starboard. Team B, you head port.
Our current position is the rear side of the lower deck. Let's make our way up to the top deck. Take out any intruders you find along the way.
Right!
Let's do this, aka skip every single fight. Wait, I see a breakable crate. Man, are there chests?
This will be the perfect chance to put our teamwork to the test, huh? It's our time to shine, Rean. Let's go!
Right. Show me what you've got, Lloyd.
You can switch between teams A and B, and yeah. I would have preferred to just stick with, Class 7, but why not? Also, crap. Hold on. I'll do Team B first. Mainly because Altina has, the thing I need to search for chests. So I might as well use that. Here, then swap it onto the guy team. And vice versa, just keep swapping it. That way I don't lose any chests.
That one looks tough. Be careful, everyone.
That one looks like it means business. Be careful.
Spirit Incense, I will gladly take that. I mean, there's a lot of things I could grind against, but at the same time, unless I have my main team, I don't really want to grind. I actually don't. Alright, save the game after all that discussion.
I think this corridor may be where I tried to stop Instructor Reen 2 years ago.
Oh, right. Back when he did stuff to you and then ran off with the princess.
What a creep.
He's beyond despicable. How could he do that to such a precious, innocent young girl?
Now, everyone. Don't tease him like that.
He's pretty popular. It's fine if we make fun of him a little.
He brought this upon himself.
I'm just waiting in case, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I'll make up for it. See, there was something. I didn't know what, but there was something there. Watch out, everyone. You know. You know, come this way. Rebel minds, what a dirty tactic. Well, that was a close. Thanks, guys. No worries, we got to keep each other safe. I have a feeling I know who set these traps. Speak of the devil, the ex-secretary of Ruan.
Just thought I'd swing by and say hello.
Yep, it is this idiot. Ouroboros and Hans Jaeger's the same guy as is in Hummel.
You can, and should, address me as Gilbert Stein, Regimental Commander of the 6th Enhanced Jaeger Brigade. I'll thank you to forget about my old job title. The mere thought of those days brings a tear to my eye.
Your crappy career path is your own fault. I heard you were stomping around Erebonia. I see you're back at it again. Remember when you helped us out? What happened to that, Gilbert, huh? What? You work together with a guy like this? You referred to when Phantasma appeared, correct? You've really done your homework. Then again, I suppose you are from the Intelligence Division.
That was then. This is now. I only graced you with my help because the situation called for it. Nothing more. In the 3 years since, I've been climbing the ranks in Ouroboros, rung by rung. Though I've suffered a few setbacks here and there, I know this time I'll make it to the top.
No, you won't.
They'll make me an enforcer for sure. Or maybe even an Anguis.
Good goddess. There he goes again.
We don't need a whole preamble for every fight.
How about you stow your mouth and show your commander some respect?
You're deluded. If you think you can hold us back with this pathetic brigade of yours, you'd better not underestimate us. We're gonna send all of you running with your tails between your legs. Oh? What's that noise? A flying archaism. It's seeing what he used in Phantasma. Gilbert's personal aerial archaism, Gia Pache.
How do you like this?
Combine. A pilotable archaism. Gah, not this thing again. I could have sworn that prickly-haired priest destroyed it back in Grunzel.
Oh, he did. But after my heroic self-sacrifice in Phantasma, I had the 13 factories build me another. But don't think it's the same as the old one. This model rolled out just the other day. Greater and grander than ever before.
Sounds like Ouroboros' 6th Anquist at work. The mad scientist strikes again. I'm getting a strange sense of deja vu here.
Marveling in fear, are you? You should consider this an honor. History will remember you as yet another victory on the increasingly impressive resume of the great Gilbert Stein!
Oh, you're in for a real wake-up call, pal. They're coming. Come on, let's cut his career short.
I'll wipe the floor with you!
One of them's faster than us? Defeat all enemies. Complete.
Return fire!
Don't give in!
Why, thank you.
Anybody have some damage increasing,
Let's
you know, orders? Break. Restore. CP gain. Not bad. Accelerates. More CP. Strength. I mean, this is technically the closest one.
Crackle! Lightning sword!
My turn now.
Wheel of time. Oh yeah, I forgot that hers is a freaking single target.
What I got?
Dang nabbit itself.
Ha! Too slow! Popcorn! Wheel of time!
Woo! Nice.
Very well.
Nemesis party. Oh, Ren's in AoE. I love this already.
It's time we entertained our guests. Round and round. Up you go. Let the party begin. I do hope you enjoyed yourself.
Leave it to me.
Oh, there goes one of them. If Ellie, if I remember correctly, is actually a healing type. So, Juvalee, come on out.
Take my place. I suppose I must.
Prism Caliber.
Well then, shall we? I'm only just getting started. Prism Caliber!
Yes.
Alright. Theo, I do not remember what yours was either, so... Yuna, come on out.
You got this, right?
Leave it to me.
XL Breaker.
This is it. Yeah! One more. I'll finish it. Excel Breaker!
Nice.
But how? This is the latest model!
Don't give in!
That did nothing to us.
You.
Eat this!
My turn now.
Estelle, swap out to Fee.
It's all you.
Got it.
$76,365, huh?
My turn now.
Friend, swap out to Altina.
I left some for you.
I'll handle it.
Lethal Crusade.
Alright, let's do this. Now! Join! Ha! Now, for the big finish! Lethal Crusade!
Here I go.
Fire. Wind in time. Yeah, okay. Airstrike.
You're finished!
It's my turn!
How dare you? Fire bolt.
Here I go. Arcus activate.
I shall go. Arcus activate.
Oh, who are you gonna go after? Come on, idiot.
You're finished!
Missed.
Here I go!
Feels bad.
Got it.
You can't beat us?
Arcus activate.
Yeah.
Very well.
Wait. He resisted the time? What? There's no way I've been playing it that wrong.
I shall go.
Have I actually been playing the game wrong? Again? Because I've always thought 200 was like the amount of damage they would take. But 200 is actually their how resilient they are to it? Please tell me that's not right. Have I been unknowingly making the game harder on myself by doing that?
Arcus activate.
Because again, that's a resist. No, that's a hard resist. Okay, for whatever reason, he can resist certain stuff. I was about to say, oh my god, please tell me that. Please tell me it's not so.
You got this! I'll take over.
Yeah, that.
Let's go.
That was a crit. Arcadia is
Now,
here.
Transform. Sync complete. Go, Arcadia's here. Ready, launch. Rionac, open fire. Exterminating target. Yeah!
Ether strike.
Hope you're ready.
Orbital driver to maximum output. Ether strike.
Ooh. Man, that was so epic and we played 3 different times.
Status. All green.
That S-Bike was so epic it legitimately actually did replay 3 different times before it fired. Dang. I've never actually used that S-Bake before. So I didn't know if hers was a buff type or damage. Now I know.
Level up.
Diligence is its own reward.
Yeah, I did it!
Stats updated.
I did it.
Now the problem is going to be remembering which subquarts to swap back to.
They're too strong.
Pull yourselves together! We can't let the Red Constellation see us like this! My reputation as your commander's at stake! At this rate...
No one cares.
Wait! What's happening?
Idiot. Well, guess that model wasn't ready for release. How embarrassing to be a member of the same organization as an idiot of this caliber. Shall I restrain him? No time, leave him. We've got to join the other team on the upper deck. Right. I think it's just up the stairs ahead. Wait, join the other team on the upper deck. So... oh, son of a... well... I guess I ain't swapping to, put that quartz on someone else. So I can't, now. So I need to fully pay attention to where a chest is.